time rapidly approaching 9:30. That was Split Ends and Message to My Girl. And my great pleasure to welcome in on this very chilly Monday morning, Ray Summers from Whitehorse Neighbourhood Watch. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Peter. I'm told that it's not as cold as Sunday morning. Today the heat wave has come.
Oh, you're an optimist, aren't you? You really are.
Now listen, we won't talk about football, but I will mention the cricket. We won that last night.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we won one test.
Well, that's better.
I think we need to remember this. Everyone's getting excited. You know, we've evened the score. Yeah, there's a few more to go, boys. Let's not get too carried
Well, that's
away.
a better result than what it was a week ago. It's on the improve.
Better than the first one. You're quite
Yes.
right. Yes, quite so.
Peter, my apologies. You know that I've had to revert to Plan B. My invited guest, Senior Sergeant Tim Hardiman, has been called in to meet with the DHS re problems in the community. Sadly, alcohol and drugs are a growing issue all over Melbourne, including our eastern region. Last Wednesday, on the 15th of July, I attended a forum hosted by Heatherdale Community Action Group at the Ringwood Bowling Club, with lead speakers Captain Ken Smith from the Salvation Army, Turning Point, Eastern. I've missed up there. I've left out a gentleman, a medical guy from Eastern Health, and Superintendent Richard Watkins from Eastern Region, representing the drug team in the region. The message was clear. Drug and alcohol problem is big and needs a lot of attention. And one thing that I was surprised about is that they all three felt that alcohol was the start.
Yeah.
If a person has been introduced and involved with alcohol in their early days, it's the lead to go a little bit further and a little bit further. I can handle that. So you go to something
good point.
stronger.
Good point.
But they saw alcohol at the beginning of nearly every case. Peter, while I've been away and it's been winter, and Beck has returned from her holidays, during the 6 weeks of winter, including the school holidays, police have been busy in Whitehorse, and so have the other people been busy. Residential burglaries, 48 reported incidents in Whitehorse, 9 in Box Hill, 5 in Blackburn, 5 in Box Hill South, and I think nearly every other suburb that's in the city of Whitehorse. Theft from motor vehicles, 109 reported thefts in Whitehorse. Blackburn South, 9. Mitcham, 13. Burwood East, 13. Box Hill, 14. I wonder whether those high numbers, Mitcham, Burwood East, Box Hill, may have been to do with larger shopping centres. I was thinking of the Kmart centre at Burwood East.
Attracting more cars, yeah.
There are many cars to pick from in a very small paddock.
Yes, could be.
Yeah.
Could be. And Ray, I don't like to say it, but I think everyone would be thinking there is probably some connection with school holidays.
I think a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Mind you, theft from motor vehicles in shopping centres happens in the middle of day.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, police again like to remind residents to lock their vehicles, remove any valuables and remove any personal papers. I've been on an exercise with Neighbourhood Watch, crime prevention in car parks, etc. And the times you go to a car, by just looking in the window, there is the array of goods.
Yeah, that's right.
You know where the car came from because there's mail on the seat with the address, who they owe money to, which gas company, electricity company, etc., etc. And you know that if the car's up here, one of them is not at home. So it's worth checking.
Yeah. People just don't think, do they? They're still not thinking.
No. Or when holidays come, they close down.
Yes.
Theft of motor vehicles, 80 reports. Top of the list, I'm looking for them. Nuttawading, 8. Burwood, 9. Forest Hill, 8. Blackburn 8, Vermont South 7, and Box Hill South 8. Mitcham 7. Note a number of them have got railway stations, I thought.
Good point,
Yeah,
yes.
Blackburn,
They're
Burwood.
substantial numbers, Ray, aren't they?
They are 180 thefts in a period of 6 weeks. And thefts from just people or houses. Box Hill, 101 in Whitehorse. Box Hill, 25. Burwood, 9. Burwood East, 13. Blackburn, 11. And again, Box Hill must have a high saturation of units, high density living, which gives you plenty of opportunity to go to those sites, those places. Police again would like to remind residents to call 000 to report any suspicious people or vehicles.
Yes,
Don't forget to call the police.
Yep. Any suspicious behaviour.
And something I noticed with interest, if having been caught by the police and got a penalty or by the courts, the Sheriff Office has nabbed dozens of drivers with outstanding warrants worth hundreds of thousands of dollars over several operations in Melbourne's east, including Box Hill. Automatic number plate recognition sites were set up in Box Hill, Clayton, Glen Waverley and Huntingdale between June 22 and June 29. The Sheriff of Victoria said a total of 55 people were identified with 1,352 outstanding warrants worth $454,000. These are not milk bills.
This is a good payday.
Which included 49 cars being wheel clamped against 955 outstanding warrants worth $320,000. A total of 26 people made cash payments, totaling $105,000 against 257 warrants. So 26 people had 257 warrants. So what's that? That's about 10 each.
About 10 each?
Yeah, and they all average out to about $4,038. I could just about go around the world on that.
Just about.
Incredible, isn't it?
Isn't that? That's a good revenue raiser. Of course, these number plate recognition cameras
absolutely.
are sensational, aren't they?
Yes.
They've brought a lot of people undone.
Well, you can just be spotted. I look on the television now. Any crime that's committed, instantly they come to light with video.
Yes.
Where they're all around the shopping centres and public areas. So I don't have any problems.
No, a lot of people squeal about invasion of privacy and that sort of nonsense. If you're not doing anything wrong, you have no reason to be afraid of cameras.
Don't have a problem. No, as long as the information's up to date.
My word.
Now, we all have an interest in the new police station at Forest Hill, and I understand it's going to be open on Wednesday the 12th of August. This station will become the headquarters for Whitehorse Police and will operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, I think we all know where the new station is going to be, in Springvale Road, between Canterbury Road and Burwood Road. Do you remember where Wobby's World, the toy play?
Yes,
right
I do.
there. That's no reflection on the new people that have moved into there.
We certainly hope not.
Hope not, no. What I do understand is going to happen, Nuttawading Station will offer a counter service during the daytime only, and in fact will be the centre for the Nuttawading Highway Patrol and the divisional headquarters staff.
Okay.
So that's their breakup. And I understand Box Hill will continue to be a 24-hour station, and Burwood will remain as it is today. And I think it will be similar to operation like Nuttawading in terms of counter service.
Okay, that's
whether
good.
that's 8 till 5 or something like that. Sure, there will be some minor adjustments as they settle into their new arrangements.
No, that's good news.
Yeah.
I like to hear about more police stations being opened up because we went through a spate during I think it was the was it the Kennett era when they were closing stations all over
Well,
the place?
That's happened in country areas because of the crisis of attacks on people caused by the racial issues,
Yes.
where country stations that have only been a one-man band have been closed up somewhat because they're on their own. Although I don't know that there's many racial problems happening in Woods Point.
But the station is closed nonetheless.
Well, it's under pressure, under big
Yeah,
pressure.
Yes.
Yeah, and yet the policemen and the police station are such community centre points.
Oh, they are. They
Yeah.
certainly are.
You know, it's a centre where you get the football scores, where you can get diesel if you run out of fuel, so on and so on. All those things seems to come out of either the general store, the post office, or the police
Oh,
station.
The police station, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think some people think as some four-wheel drivers suggest, the copper's got about a 10,000 litre tank of diesel out the back.
And in the good old days, a good old country copper meted out his own form of justice with the kids who broke the rules.
Yes,
And sadly, that's now gone, hasn't it?
and I think it was effective.
I reckon it was
I
too.
wasn't on the end of any punishment, but I'm well aware of some of my friends getting
I would.
nailed.
Clip around the ear from
Yeah.
the local copper, that'll sort of out.
A couple of them got ushered up to the Blackburn police station when it was on the corner of Whitehorse Road and Surrey Road. It was a little building about the size of a laundry. Anyway, the local copper sat these two young blokes on the front step while he went round the back to lock up. Well, fancy leaving them. As soon as he went round the back, pow, they were gone. A very brief story, and this is diverting. I was up in Tibooburra some years ago, and there's two or three shearers sitting out the front of the pub, 7 o'clock in the morning, no shoes, in their pyjamas, with doonas over them, sipping beer. And I asked, "What's this?" Oh, he said they've been stealing out on a station, shearers, and the station owners called in. The copper went out and got them early this morning. He can handle about 4 on his own because they're all full. And he's brought them in here, and I said, "Well, how long do they sit there?" "Well," he said, "depends how big the crime was and how long the punishment is." I looked again, and I said, "Well, aren't they charged and have their day in court?" "No," he said, "they've had their day in court. The copper, they went through the court process. He's handed out the penalty,
Yeah.
and that's it. And it'll be recorded in the book accordingly. And everybody's happy except the three sitting out the front."
A bit of frontier justice.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he said, what happens, he makes money on this. If he's got to go out to a station, and it might be 100 kilometres away, they have to pay the taxi fare to bring him back.
Okay.
And if the station owner wants them as shearers, and he wants them early, the station owner has to come back into town to pick them up and take them back. Well, he said, that's another taxi fare. And the station owner on shearers always keeps at least a week's salary in the tin.
Right.
So he said, there's always plenty of money to pay everybody. So no one minds if you're going to get paid. But he said, think about it. If he books them, they'll get their day in court in Broken Hill in a month's time. No, 6 months' time. The day the policeman's got to go down, it will rain, he'll get bogged 5 times, it'll take him 12 hours to get there, and when the case is called up the next morning, they don't turn up. So he said, why bother?
Why bother? True enough.
Deal with it now.
That's right.
Peter,
Well
for
done.
me to finish off, the important things, Neighbourhood Watch website, www.nhw.com.au/Whitehorse. And I guess the very important one is our email address for administration, and our e-news.
Which is always good reading, I have to say. I enjoy
Good,
your e-news.
good. Whitehorse@nhw.com.au. Remind listeners, we're on 3WBC 94.1 on the third Monday of each month, at 9:30. And our mailing address is Neighbourhood Watch Whitehorse, Laburnum, LPO, Post Office Box 5005, Laburnum, Victoria 3130. And I think that about does me, Peter.
Just
I'm
about
finished.
covers it for today, Ray. That's terrific. Well, I'll look forward to your company next month, and who knows, you may be able to bring in a guest.
I'll make no promises, but I hope to have some company with me.
Whatever. It's always a great pleasure to have you. That's Ray Summers from Neighbourhood Watch, and it's now 15 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you, Ray. We'll talk at the same time next month.
Thank you, Peter.
Good on you, mate. Bye for now.